Hi, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing okay. I had a lazy Sunday today, did not do nothing, fell asleep at 5 in the morning or something. So, yeah, what do you guys think about my new intro? Because I want to say a massive thank you. Dawn did that for me. It's not all finished yet. There is some stuff I need to add, like my logo. He put that on fire. And yeah, I hope you guys like that because I really do like it. So, hello, everybody. Not gonna be naming all of you, that would be so boring, right? to For other listeners. Um, I hope everybody of you is great and have had a nice day or starting a nice day. And we're doing today, we just keep resuming from where we stopped last time with the discovery read through. Also, gonna go right into this and we can discuss later or in between a little bit. I'm gonna share my screen with you because you guys, I fixed StreamYard. I did it. It was just another update I did not see was scheduled for running. So I ran that one and Google and everything updated. So now it's working again and I can share all my stuff with you. Who of you saw let me just get this. Who of you saw the documentary Suburban Nightmare? Who's interested in watching it? Because if they let me, I have it. If they let me, I would just upload it to YouTube. I mean, I don't know if I can, but I'm trying to do it. I probably get a content ID claim. But yeah, I think that's fine. So I'm trying right after this live stream, I'm trying to upload it for you guys. So for everybody who has not seen it. All right, we're gonna start at supplemental report number 3. That's Officer Ken Doll. Report number, all his stuff he has to put. Also, people think, that a report is drafted the day off. It's not. As you can see here, the date is the 14th of August. And when you go down there, it says exactly when the report was drafted and submitted. So August 18th in this case. All right. On August the 14th, 2018, at approximately 9:15, Officer Dahl was asked to respond to 2905 Saratoga Trail and obtain video footage from Nathan Trenastich. Detective Baumhofer gave 3 times to check: 1:45, 5:30, and 12:47 on August the 13th. So Baumhofer is asking for 3 specific timestamps: 1:45 when Shanann got home, 5:30 when Chris said he left, and 12:47 when this alert occurred on the garage door. Nathan showed Officer Dahl video footage. Officer Dahl recorded the video footage and will have it attached to the case. Nathan was asked for all the video footage for the 13th. Nathan said he would have his wife contact Xfinity and have the video footage transferred. Nathan said he would contact Officer Dahl when the footage was available. Nathan provided a phone number. No further information. Officer Kenneth Dahl, 979 Frederick Police Department. So I don't know why Nate would say he has to contact Xfinity for that, because we know that all footage is stored in the cloud. And I don't know if he had access to it, 24-hour recording. Probably he had, I gotta ask if Don is in chat. He might be able to answer that question for us. So I personally believe that he had access to that footage. But yeah, I don't know why he says he needs his wife to call Xfinity. Then we are at Supplemental Report 4, Officer Valley. Same here, people are saying, oh, it's the 15th. How can they already have charges? But when you go down, like here, that was submitted on August the 19th. So on August the 15th, 2018, at 6 a.m., I reported to 2825 Saratoga Trail in order to process what I was informed was a consensual search of the scene for clues to missing persons that I was informed resided there. I am assigned as field evidence technician for this agency. I took various photographs of potential interest at the scene as I searched. I later had some photographs locked into evidence. Some, not all of them. This is also unusual. Some photographs, but not all of them. It was agreed at the beginning of the search that a CBI agent would take responsibility for taking overall photographs of the scene at this time. See agent's report. I collected various items to enter into evidence, including multiple electronic devices, watches, see property tab, and transported these items for immediate analysis by assisting agencies back at the incident command center. I immediately logged these items and later, after initially analysis by agencies on scene, sealed and placed these items into evidence. I collected a hardback book within its original Amazon shipping box that was titled Hold Me Tight, appearing to be brand new. I was informed that it had been located in the recycle bin. I collected, and this book, you guys, was collected in the bin in the garage. I collected a light blue nitrile glove that was located on top of the refrigerator in the kitchen. On scene, I noted the location of what was believed to be Shannon Watts' personal luggage with ID attached to the outside indicating C. Watts. I was later informed that this item had been moved from where the officers had initially observed it being, namely in a small corner area directly next to the stairs leading from the main level up to the loft. I observed it located just inside and to the left of the master bedroom doorway. This is where we see it when they walk in to the left. When you walk into the bedroom, it appeared to be completely packed with clothes and overnight items, toiletries, as if probably still packed from a trip that I was informed Shanann Watts had recently gotten back from. I unpacked the items to examine anything that might stand out as abnormal with photographs. It appeared to have normal personal clothing items, toiletries that one would take on a small trip. The most notable item collected on scene at the time, and what appeared to be out of order, were pillowcases and a top bed sheet found in the kitchen trash can located next to the kitchen island, along with other items generally found in the kitchen trash. So, as you guys know, I made a little short video about the sheets. When you watch the body cam footage, you see Officer Coonrod and three others. Sorry, and three others. I think it was James and Bakes walking in, and they see the fitted sheet on the floor. And one of them actually picks it up and looks at it. And Coonrod states in his report that he found a sheet that was a fitted sheet and was matching with other items of bedding laying around. So in the trash can of the kitchen, there was only the flat sheet and the pillowcases. Most notably was what appeared to be missing from an average bed sheet set and possibly what was the fitted sheet portion of a set. I immediately passed this information on to supervisors in the incident command center. So, again, most notably was what appeared to be missing from an average bed sheet set and possibly what was the fitted sheet portion of a set. So he's saying the fitted sheet portion of the set was missing. Later on, same day at approximately 10:12 p.m., I reported back to the scene to execute a search warrant. Items collected from the search were logged into evidence. A copy of the search warrant was left on the kitchen island along with an inventory list. End of report. So here you see at 10:12, he sent back that day, that was the 14th, right? No, the 15th, sorry. So on Wednesday, when they recovered the bodies, he was in the house in the morning. And then after that, I was called in again at 10:12. There's nothing else. It's only one-page report. Let's get to Goodman. So he puts down the related vehicle information. That is the license plate number. That's a Lexus, a 2016 Lexus, white in color. The victim is Shannon Catherine. Her home address and the home phone number. On Wednesday, August the 15th, 2018, at approximately 8:50 p.m., as requested by Sergeant Bakes, I secured the doors near hatch, fuel door, and hood of a white in color Lexus SUV bearing Colorado license plate 528 CJVYIN. Doesn't say, it's blacked out. The vehicle was a vehicle of interest in this active investigation, and I was further requested to have the vehicle towed and impounded by Brad's Towing in their secured inside vehicle storage. I secured the vehicle using evidence tape, which I signed and dated, and completed a Frederick Police Department vehicle impound recovery report. Once Brad's and I don't remember if we have that recovery report. It was so long ago since I read it. Should be in here. Once Brad's towing arrived, I had to unseal the driver's door so the vehicle could be loaded onto the flatbed tow truck. The vehicle was then loaded onto the tow truck, and I followed it to the secured storage lot where I once again secured the vehicle once it had been brought into the storage building. I realized that there may be another vehicle of interest from this case being transported to the storage lot, and I once again unsealed the Lexus so the tow operator could secure the vehicle further inside, making room for the other vehicle. So that was probably Chris's truck. The Lexus was then sealed with evidence tape, and the tape was signed and dated. I remained on scene at the storage lot until the building was locked and secured. Body-worn camera video footage of the vehicle being secured at the towing storage location is available on evidence.com. End of report. So we all saw the impound of the truck and the impound of the Lexus. If you guys have not seen it, I can upload it again. It's all in the discovery. Officer James, supplemental report number 6. Matthew James, on the 16th of August. On August the 14th at 9:38 p.m., I responded to the Walmart at 2285 E. Ken Pratt Boulevard, Highway 119, in Longmont, reference a tip from a citizen advising Shanann was possibly sighted in the checkout line buying 2 booster seats and a child's potty seat. Upon arrival, I met with an assistant manager who led me to the surveillance rooms. Once there, once there, we reviewed videotape and located an adult female and 2 young juvenile females in the self-checkout line at the store. One of the juveniles was sitting in the seat of the cart while the other was seated in the car. The juvenile female seated in the cart seat had a long braided ponytail to approximately the middle of her back. I sent photos and video footage to Detective Baumhofer to review. Detective Baumhofer advised he did not believe they were the missing persons. On August the 15th at approximately 8:15 p.m., I transported Chris Watt's father, Ronnie, from the Frederick Police Department to area hotels near Firestone Boulevard and the East I-25 frontage road. Before leaving, no, they don't use punctuation or anything. Before leaving, Ronnie collected his duffel bag from the back of the white Lexus SUV. There were other items in the trunk of the SUV, and he advised the bag was the only item that was hit. Ronnie went inside 3 hotels in the area, 2 of which he said did not have any vacancies. He advised me he was going to stay Comfort Suites located 11292 Business Park Circle, Firestone, Colorado. At approximately 10:05, I took photos of Chris while he was in the interview room at the Frederick Police Department. The photos I took were of him with his shirt off, his hands, head, neck, and face. There was a red mark on the left side of his neck that he identified as being a mosquito bite. There was also a red mark on the front of his neck. I did not observe any other obvious signs to injury to Chris' body. At approximately 11:02 p.m., I entered the interview room and placed Chris into custody via handcuffs. A belly belt was placed on him and his hands were secured in the front. I then transported Chris to the Weld County Jail. Throughout the ride, which was recorded via body camera, I did not ask Chris any questions and he did not make any statements. Chris was released to the custody of jail staff at approximately midnight, 12:03 a.m. No further information, Officer James. So he did not say anything. I also have the video of him being driven to the jail. If anyone wants to see that, I can upload that as well. Or I think it's on YouTube anyway. So, supplemental report 7, Albert. So nothing so far in the discovery that is unusual or where we, should talk about. I did not see anything. Did you guys see anything out of the ordinary? Who is slow? Lynn? Just give me a second so I can read up a little bit on your chat. If you hear some giggling noises, that's my daughter in the background playing with her friend. Okay, if there are no questions so far, we just continue. That is Albert. On August the 15th, 2018, I contacted the mother of Shanann Watts, Sandra Rusek, via phone. Sandra lives out in North Carolina along with her husband, Frank Rusek. I asked Sandra to give me some background as to Shanann's marriage to Chris and what she may have observed over the past few months. Sandra informed me that her daughter and Chris had been married for the past several years, and over that time things seemed great between the two of them. Sandra believed that Chris was a great father and husband, and that she couldn't ask for a better person to marry Shanann. However, Sandra noted recently that Chris's behavior had seemed to change. Recently, Chris, Shanann, and the grandkids had spent time out in North Carolina with Frank and Sandra. During that time, Chris appeared to be quite cold towards Shanann and the children. Sandra recalled one night where Shanann was quite sick due to her pregnancy and had been vomiting for most of the evening. Sandra noted that Chris had not had words missing, not been supported at all to Shanann, and Sandra found it quite odd. Sandra made other references to Chris' behavior being cold and indifferent towards Shanann. I asked Sandra if she knew why this could be, and she was not certain. I also asked Sandra how often she spoke to Shanann, and her reply was every day. Sandra described her relationship with Shanann to be extremely close, and they would talk on the phone frequently. They also chatted on video via Skype as well. Nothing further at this time. Welcome, Red Shoes. Report 8 Davis, Bradley Davis. On August 15th, between 4 and 6 p.m., I stood at Aggregate Boulevard and Billings Avenue, one of the entrances to the Windham Hill subdivision. I made contact with vehicles and pedestrians entering or leaving the subdivision. I handed out flyers with information regarding this case and asked people if they had any information they thought might be relevant to this case. I asked each person I contacted if they had security cameras on their homes. I requested they contact Frederick Police if they have any video footage of vehicles or people in the neighborhood the morning Shanann, Bella, and Celeste went missing. So, if Nate's footage or Nate's camera was that good, I mean, they should have seen Nate states, I see cars from here, from there, from over there, from the universe, from everywhere, right? And they still need footage of other people. I know there's a report in the Discovery, a written report, I believe, where the officer is asking around and states who has a camera and who hasn't. But that's all ring bell cameras, if I remember that correctly. And they don't record if you're too far away, so they wouldn't record directly on the street. Officer Manley, Brent Manley. On Tuesday, August the 14th, I, Officer B. Manley, was called into the Frederick Police Department to assist with efforts to locate a missing mother and her two small children. I was tasked with conduction a canvas search of the surrounding areas to look for Watts Shanann, date of birth 01/10/84, Watts Bella 12/17/13, and Watts Celeste, date of birth 7/17/15. I walked around the community handing out flyers and speaking with homeowners in the area and trying to see if anyone had seen where the missing family went. At the time, I was not sure if they left on foot or in a vehicle and wanted to help locate them in a timely manner. Thank you, Annie. While talking to several residences in the area, we were also able to locate several houses with a door ring camera or other types of video cameras. I did not see anyone walking in the area at the time, the three parties went missing. I did not see any recording that showed odd vehicles in the area and did not see the three walk past any home with cameras. While I was walking the neighborhood, I was not informed of any sightings of the family, and I was not able to find anyone who saw or heard anything. I contacted a young Travis? Okay. He contacted a person named Young Travis, unknown date of birth, who was able to provide me with camera footage from the Windham Hill Subdivision Public School pool. He provided me with a USB drive with several hours of video and several angles to view. I did not see anything unusual and did not see any vehicles that were matching the husband's vehicles. I did not see anyone walking around during the night, but the cameras do not show all routes that someone would have been able to leave the area. The USB drive was entered into evidence and attached to this report. So now that's interesting. Did anyone know about a camera and footage of the public pool? I'm asking chat. Did you guys know that they had several hours of video footage and several angles to view? Did you guys know that? Why haven't we seen that? I want to know what vehicles are on that video. I mean, obviously they only look for the families, cars or vans or trucks, but that's very interesting, and I'm gonna request that footage. I gotta take a screenshot of that because I'm going to request that footage if they give it to me. So, public pool area. Interesting. Very, very interesting. See, that's why we're reading through this for the billions time. But every time we read or see or hear something, we catch something new, right? So I did not know that there was video footage of that public pool. I gotta check where that is as well. So there are not all roads covered, but definitely important ones. So yeah, that's very, very interesting. I see what I can do. I definitely going to request this. I was met by Levi Husk, unknown date of birth, on August 16th at the Frederick Police Department. Husk provided me with a USB drive. He stated that he lives at 6300 block of Saratoga Trail. I reviewed the video on the USB drive but did not see anything pertaining to the early morning of August the 13th. I have placed the USB drive into the Frederick evidence lockers. I was provided two USB drives from Tess Simpkins. One USB drive was from store 10858, located at 10858 Jake Jabs Boulevard, Firestone. The second USB drive was from store 1548, located at 16420 Washington Street, Broomfield, Colorado. I gave them to Commander Egan and CBI and FBI personnel. After they were finished with the USB drives, they were given back to me. I did not view the recordings, but have added the USB drives to this report and placed them in the Frederick evidence lockers. So here again, I did not see any footage of a guy known as Levi Husk. I did not see any footage of a lady called, what was her name? Tess Simpkins. There That's very interesting. So there is footage obviously available, and they downloaded it or whatever. It doesn't say they downloaded it, but Officer Manley gave it to CBI and FBI. After they finished with the USB drives, they were given back to me. I did not view the recordings, but have added the USB drives to this report and placed them in the Frederick evidence lockers. So I have not seen anything in the digital discovery, any footage of this. I didn't. Did you guys? Yes, when the truck goes past, I think that was this guy was called Daniel or David or something. That was the Egan family, Egan, but that wasn't Levi Husk. So that's a completely different footage. Very, very interesting. Let me just read up on chat real quick. Yeah, too narrow of a time frame. I agree. I absolutely agree. Yeah, there's a lot they didn't show or talk about. Well, all we can do is request that stuff, right? To, public information. And if they don't want to give it to us, then, you basically have no chance. If they say no, then they say no, right? Yeah, but still, it's worth a try. I mean, why wouldn't they give it to us if there's nothing on those tapes? They gave us the McDonald's tapes and all that crap. So we'll see. So this is Supplemental Report 9 Manley, his written report in his handwriting. It says Ruby Hill Drive 6330, no info. Door camera, but nothing on camera. And I'm also asking myself, how does he know there's nothing on camera? Like, I mean, they were only looking for specific vehicles, like Shanann's or Chris's. How does he know any other vehicles were not of importance to this case at this time? Then the 6325, no info. The 6305, not home this weekend. Mother-in-law was in. And out during the weekend, will rush out to them or something. 6333, no answer. Same. No context at 6225. So this is an overview where he has no context. 6225 Saratoga, 2908 Saratoga has ring camera. Steeple Rock, 6322. Steeple Rock, 6316 Steeple Rock, 6328 Steeple Rock, and 6311 Steeple Rock. Now that's interesting. This is Officer Manley, is not the guy who had spoken to Betty, right? Look what he states. See, and this is why I think it's so important, or is it Betty? Was that Officer Manley? Does anybody know? Because that does look like what Betty says. However, great truck, 5:15 a.m. 6:45, still there. 12 p.m., still there. 5:15 a.m., left, not normal for him. Yeah, that's Betty. 2500 or 3500. Ring, ring bell will pick up at corner. So yeah, you guys, I think that is Betty. Okay. White van 2 times in area, gone 7 days prior to Sunday the 12th. Saw van in daylight 7 hours. And what, Dave, what? So this is obviously from when they did the neighborhood canvas. So there was a white van 2 times in area, gone 7 days prior to Sunday. That probably means that Chris was gone 7 days prior to Sunday. So they know, they observe. These neighbors are crazy. They observe, they know everything. Oh my God. Dora something? Calls, 10 a.m. Entrance. Oh my God. Kipling, phone trapped, green dress. 163 Dudley, Wire, Denver. I cannot read this. This is ridiculous. Sergeant Vargo, Payson PD, curly blonde hair, no vehicle, 3 to 4 days, 2 strollers, Stephanie Myers, Walter Watson, Mary Owen, Arizona, Nights Inn, new looking strollers. Well, but what is this? Like a print right here? Like, I don't know, it's ridiculous, these police officers, how they write. I mean, I get it, you have to write quick and get all the information. I think that's phone tapped. Oh, okay. Phone tapped? Where? Where was it phone tapped? Ah, yeah, here. Right here. Phone tapped. You're right. You're right. So here he says 12 a.m. the 10th of August till present. Home Depot, high 7, Home Depot at the 111 or I-19 or 111. Coonrod, our friend Coonrod. On August the 15th, 2018, at about 22:45 hours, this officer responded to an Anadarko oil well site near Roggen, Colorado. I don't read the GPS coordinates to search for evidence. Upon arrival, I was advised by Colorado Bureau of Investigations that they had collected several pieces of evidence and placed them in evidence bags. Hair samples from the thief hatch on top of an oil battery, parts of a rake, a bed sheet, and other things had been collected. These items were given to Detective Baumhofer. We started excavating a potential dig site located about 100 feet from the oil tank battery. The dirt appeared to have been freshly dug. At about 23:00 hours, we located the body of an adult female, which we believed to be Shanann. The body was decomposing and was removed at about 0:10 hours. The body was in a shallow grave. The buttocks was approximately 8 inches from the top of the burial site. Weld County coroner took possession of the body and photographs were taken. Nothing further, Officer Coonrod. That's also still Coonrod. On August the 16th, 2018, this officer responded back to the oil well site near Roggen, Colorado, to check the oil tank battery for the missing children. A grid search around the oil well site was conducted. A piece of a rake was found. The rake piece was given to Detective Baumhofer. Anadarko had vac trucks on site and began draining the crude oil out of the oil tank battery into a holding tank. The crude oil was then pumped into the vac truck using a hose with a screen on it. After the crude oil was removed from tank number 17697, Colorado State Patrol hazmat crew removed the entry door. At about 15:30 hours, CSP hazmat crew entered the oil battery and found who we believe to be Celeste Watts. The juvenile was wearing a diaper. The body was decomposing and was completely covered in crude oil. Weld County coroner took possession of the body. Anadarko then drained tank number 17698 in the same manner. At about 1750 hours, CSP hazmat crew entered into that oil battery and removed who we believe to be Bella Marie. Weld County coroner also took possession of the body. Photographs were taken and the removal was recorded on taser. Yeah, I gotta check if. Let me just check real quick if the battery numbers are lining up. Just give me 1 second and chat amongst each other. Just gonna check that real quick. Yeah, that's not a good picture here. So 9-8, that was Bella's. Was that Bella's? Yeah, so they are right. So 9-8 is the left one, and the other one is 9-7. That's the right one. So they got that right. Bella in the left and Cece in the right one. That is Officer Lines. Oh my God. Officer Lines and her texting. On Friday, August the 17th, 2018, I received a Safe to Tell report stating that a woman who identified herself as Juanita saw on the news that a woman and her two daughters were found dead and that Chris Watts was to blame. She goes on to state that one of her Facebook friends has a daughter named Bella and that he mentions misinformation about having a wife. She stated that she has more information but wants to wait and didn't know what school, so she just chose one. The report has no contact information for Juanita. A copy of the Safe to Tell transcript has been added to the file. So now what's this? Right? She mentioned misinformation about having a wife. She stated that she has more information, but wants to wait and didn't know what school, so she just chose one. What is that? Just give me a second. I gotta tell my daughter to be quiet. So what is that? That makes absolutely no sense. She stated that she has more information but wants to wait and didn't know what school, so she just chose one. Does that make any sense to you guys? Makes no sense to me. So that would indicate that Lines was talking about if she knows what school they were going to. And I think, in between there's always not only don't they use any punctuation, these people, it's like something's missing in between and their brain is further ahead than, their pen and paper, whatever. It's not good. Officer Lines again. On Tuesday, August the 14th, 2018, at approximately 11:45 hours, in the state of Colorado, county of Weld, town of Frederick, I, Officer Kate Lines, responded to the police department and met with a search and rescue team and their canines for search efforts regarding the disappearance of Shannon Watts and her two children. After being briefed on the situation, I, along with Officer Paris, Deputy Tkach, Boulder County Sheriff Jane Simevsky, and Jeff Hebert, search and rescue dogs of the United States Sardis, responded to the home of the missing individuals. Upon arrival, I contacted Chris Watts and explained to him that the Frederick Police Department brought in some extra resources, search dogs, to help in locating his family. With his permission, he allowed a full search of his home. Prior to the beginning of the search, Deputy T. Catch, or whatever his name is, explained what would be needed for the dogs to have a successful search. She explained the need to collect scent articles. While speaking with Chris about appropriate items such as shoes and clothing, she stated the importance of the items not being touched by anyone else. Well, how is that possible? Right? If you have kids' shoes, of course the parent touches the shoes. Each time Deputy Tikach asked Chris about specific items, he mentioned that he had in some way touched them. Well, of course he had. Deputy Tikach was able to collect the scent from shoes. Upon entry to the home, I immediately noticed a strong odor of cleaning chemicals. The home appeared spotless and the carpet had noticeable vacuum lines. As we walked to the kitchen living room area, I observed that the television was on a sports show. While standing by the backslider door, Deputy Tikach inquired about the little girl's shoes on the back porch. Chris said that the girls wore them to a pool party and the shoes had been wet, so he put them out to dry. During conversation, Chris mentioned that he had made the girls' beds that morning and had done laundry. He said that he had a hard time sleeping and he is used to one of his little girls throwing chicken nuggets at him and the other one sitting in the high chair. Okay, that's a rather weird statement. Chris was asked about Shannon's car and if she drove to the airport, and he said no. Nikki dropped her off. It's the white car out front. He was asked if he drives it, stating the white car in the driveway. No. He was asked if his wife has a car, and he pointed to the garage and said yes. When asked if he drives it, he states that he took the girls to a pool party in it on Saturday. Officer Paris commented to Chris that he can't imagine what he is going through. While speaking with Chris, he showed no emotion and did not seem to respond appropriately to the situation. Chris did not ask any questions or offer to help at any time. Chris' facial expressions rarely changed. However, when they did, they seemed to smile, smirk inappropriately, displaying a lack of empathy, specifically when speaking about his children. His voice remained low and even toned. His nonverbal cues were very apparent. Chris had very erect and almost tense posture, and his arms crossed a majority of the time. Chris lacked eye contact and appeared to be nervous, looking around constantly. Are you sure that's Officer Lines? Because she was 99% on her phone. How can she observe all this? Chris escorted us through the entire house, showing us each room, including the laundry room, where he dug through dirty laundry and again mentioning that he was doing his kids' laundry. Prior to beginning the search, Chris was asked to step outside so there was no interference with the dogs. Deputy Paris remained with him, and the front door remained open so that at any time he wanted to discontinue the search, he could do so and the information could be easily relayed. I entered the home with Jane and her canine, who she stated is a cadaver dog. As we moved through the home, Jane explained what type of scent the dog alerts to. Jane mentioned several times that the dog alerted to areas where there may have been some sort of trauma or struggle, such an argument, explaining that scent from people pulls and collects in areas. The dog did not locate any human remains. The search continued from the neighborhood clubhouse west and then north, circling back to the home without success. Jane's dog was later taken to Chris' work truck, which was parked just east of his home. Jane stated that the dog detected but gave no hard command. However, the dog did not enter the vehicle and the doors to the vehicle remained closed. So, we don't know if. While in the home, a track dog was asked to enter, as there had been some indication from the cadaver dog that a struggle or argument may have ensued. Jeff Hebert and his canine entered the home. Jeff stated that his dog showed interest in the unmade bed in the basement and an area just below the stairs, but did not do any final trained alerts. We exited the basement and went upstairs to the garage. No indicators were noted in the garage, and we exited the home. So, you guys, this is one thing, right? He can clean up everything. But don't you think if there were dead bodies in the garage, he pulled them through or dragged them through, there would be some sort of scent, I would imagine. After completion of the canine searches, the canine team was thanked for their help and they left. I remained in the area to assist with the neighborhood canvass, going door to door, handing out flyers and speaking with residents. At approximately 2015 hours, I returned to the police department and was told that we were done for the day. The reports and map track from the K9 team members have been added to the case file. On Wednesday, August the 16th, 2018, at approximately 15:30 hours, I reported for duty and was asked to respond to Aggregate Boulevard and Windham Hill to hand out more flyers and contact people in and out of the Windham Hill neighborhood. At approximately 1800, I was instructed to sit on the south side of the house and not allow anyone in or out of the home. I remained at that location until instructed to respond to the front of the house at approximately 22 hours. At approximately 22:12 hours, a search warrant was executed. I was tasked with perimeter security, not allowing anyone not authorized to step on the property. At approximately 22:16, I notified Sergeant Bakes that the tow truck arrived on scene. I maintained the crime scene log and at approximately 23:28 hours after completion of the search warrant and evidence had been secured in patrol vehicles, I handed the crime scene log over to FET Officer Valley and left the scene. So Lines was the one watching the house. Well, if she was watching the house and being always on her phone, I don't know if she probably missed something. Just give me a second, you guys. All right. That's Paris. So Paris was with lines. So we should see similarities in this report. On August the 14th at approximately 11:45 hours, I dispatched to 2825 Saratoga Trail regarding three missing people. So, three missing people. I arrived at the Frederick Police Department and was debriefed of the situation. I was told by Commander Egan I would be assisting. Oh, Evans, this guy, sleepless in South Africa. That was Evans. He got the footage from of Chris driving by. I thought it was Egan, but that's Commander Egan. I would be assisting a team of search and rescue dogs in trying to find a direction of travel from the three missing people, Shanann Watts, Bella Watts, and Celeste Watts. I arrived at the address 2825 Saratoga Trail with three search and rescue dogs. Two of the dogs were from Search and Rescue Dogs of the United States, and the two handlers were Jeff Hebert and Jane Smijewski. The third dog was a K9 unit from Boulder County, and the handler was Deputy T-Catch. Upon knocking on the door, I contacted Christopher Watts. Officer Lyons asked Christopher for consent to have officers enter the home to collect a scent sample for the dogs to sniff and also for the dog to enter the home. Christopher was advised this was voluntary and had the right to refuse. Christopher agreed and led officers inside the house. While inside the house, I observed the house was very clean from the middle and upper level of the house. Deputy T-Catch asked Christopher if there was any dirty laundry from Shanann, Christopher's wife. Christopher showed Deputy T-Catch a basket of laundry that was located in the master bedroom bathroom. Yes, we see that on body cam. He pulls out what I believe is his shirt he wore in the morning. Christopher advised his clothes were also mixed with Shanann's clothes, so Deputy T-Catch was not able to use any of the dirty laundry. Christopher advised Deputy T-Catch that all of the dirty laundry that belonged to Bella and Celeste, Christopher's daughters, he had picked up and put in a laundry basket. Christopher advised he made both Bella's and Celeste's beds and had touched the covers and pillows. Christopher advised the most recent pair of shoes that Bella and Celeste wore were from the pool party they went to on Saturday, August the 11th. Christopher advised Bella and Celeste wore the shoes home from the pool party. The shoes were located just outside the back patio on a chair. Boulder County K9 Deputy T-Catch took a scent sample from shoes that belonged to Bella and Celeste. Deputy T-Catch took a scent sample from a pair of sandals that belonged to Shanann. I asked Christopher if Shanann usually goes out on hikes, and Christopher stated, "We've never been on a hike." When going back inside the house with the rescue dog and Jane, a news reporter and neighbor were inside the home and asked to step outside so the dog would not to be confused with all of the scent inside the home. That wasn't a neighbor, that was Nicole Atkinson in the house with that female reporter. One of the rescue dogs and Jane entered the home, and Christopher chose to step outside to do an interview with a news reporter. I stayed outside with Christopher and advised him on several occasions he was allowed inside the home if he wished to go inside. Christopher stated he understood and still chose to stay outside with the news reporter. Video and audio was recorded and will be added to this case file. Officer Lyons stayed with the rescue dog and Jane inside the house. Officer Lyons told me to ask Christopher what Bella and Celeste were wearing on Sunday night, Monday morning. Christopher advised Bella and Celeste wear pajamas to bed and usually wear long dress style pajamas. Christopher advised he did not know exactly which ones Bella or Celeste were wearing that night. Officer Lyons stated that Jane requested a different dog enter the home. Jane stepped outside the home with the rescue dog, and Jeff went inside the home with a different dog. Christopher was asked again if he consented to have the dog enter the home. Christopher advised again he understood and consented to letting the dog enter the home. For more information on the dogs being inside the home, please see Officer Lyons' report. Once the dog was done from inside the home, Deputy T. Catch and I searched around the area with one of the dogs to try and catch a scent or trail from Bella, Celeste, or Shanann leading anywhere around the area. So this is a third dog. We have not seen footage of this one. Deputy T. Catch and I walked from approximately Windham Hill Parkway and Saratoga Trail to Billings Avenue and Miners Peak Circle, then from Billings Avenue to Aggregate Boulevard to Windham Hill Parkway, and then from Windham Hill Parkway back to Saratoga Trail again. The dog did not alert for anything around the area that was searched. Exact GPS locations of what the other two dogs searched will be added to the case file. Deputy T-Catch drew on a hand map the areas she had searched and not found anything. The map will be added to the case report. Christopher's work truck was parked just northeast in front of the house on the north side of the street facing west. One of the dogs was taken to the work truck, and Jane advised the dog showed interest in the truck. Jane stated the dog did not alert for any human remains inside the vehicle, but the dog caught the scent of one of the three missing parties. Command staff was advised. So, how can they say the dog did not find anything inside when Officer Lyons states that? So, she's saying the dog was interested, but Jane stated that the dog did not alert for any human remains inside the vehicle. But Officer Lyons states in her report that the vehicle or truck doors remain shut. So that's weird. I was requested to retrieve video surveillance from McDonald's. We have all that. And Home Depot from the 10th of August, midnight to present time, the 14th. The manager of the McDonald's stated only a supervisor has access to the video surveillance, and a supervisor will not be in until 1900 hours. A flash drive was left with the manager. Upon arrival at the Home Depot, I spoke to the manager, who informed me he did not has access to the video surveillance at the store. The manager stated he would have to request the video footage to the store that has access. I left the business card containing the case number and date and time of video surveillance that was needed. The manager advised he should hear back within a few days, and that store will contact me once the video is ready. At approximately 20:30, I was advised there were currently no more assignments and done for the day. On August the 14th, at approximately 23 hours, Sergeant Bakes called me to come back to work and watch the house. At approximately 0:30 hours, I arrived at 2825 Saratoga Trail and parked in front of the house. I was advised to stay watching the house and only document if anyone arrives in the house. So only document if anyone arrives in the house, nothing else? No cars, no trucks, no nothing? I was advised that Christopher was spending the night at a friend's house. This is when he went to the Thayers. No one arrived at the house all morning. At 6 a.m., I was relieved from my position by Detective Baumhofer. So this is when they went in to search the house at 6 a.m., when they got all his router locks and that stuff. That is Purcell Supplemental Report 15. Over the course of investigation, I, records supervisor Purcell, have assisted by answering calls to the Frederick Police Department. Any fielding these calls and messages to the appropriate parties. I have also been answering and or forwarding all emailed correspondence directed to the Frederick Police Department with regard to this case. Any photos that were taken by officers were given to me, which I then downloaded to the electronic case file for this investigation. Records requests pertaining to this investigation have all gone through me, which I have thus denied as so as to avoid any hindrance or endangerment of the investigation. Media personnel looking for records, not information from the PIO, have been handled by me. I have informed these persons from various media outlets that no records regarding the suspects, victims, or the associated addresses will be released at this time, and as not to damage the investigation as it is still ongoing. As evidence technician, ooh, I handled the intake of all evidence items according to the policies and procedures set forth by the Frederick Police Department. All items were checked in, verified for description accuracy, intact seals, affixed with appropriate evidence tags, and stored in our locked, security alarmed evidence room. Oh, this is interesting now. So, this is the written report from Amanda Purcell. A woman calls in, and does that other thing come up? There is a report, a different report of Amanda Purcell further down, I believe. But now this is the medium or psychic report. So she calls in that psychic to Frederick Police or wherever, right? And she states she wishes to remain nameless. Don't mention to medium, right? So the woman you see further down who called in was one of Shanann's friends. And she was saying a medium contacted her, or she knows somebody who is a medium. And this medium, please don't mention basically my report or what I tell you to that medium if she calls you. Yeah? If that was made sense, what I just said. So the medium, also friends, 10 years, lupus support group, Facebook only. What I believe happened here, it's not very clear, but I believe the medium was one of Shanann's friends. Yeah? If that makes any sense, what I'm saying. She's calling in again. It did make sense. Oh, thank you. My head is spinning. So one of Shanann's friends calls in, right? And states the following. She's a friend of 10 years, lupus support group, Facebook only. Dispute 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. immediately upon arrival. Triangle situation, affair, leans towards Chris seeing someone, being jealous. No intent to harm. Strangled Shanann. Girls suffocated afterwards. Described feeling in bag or under water. Moved in truck. No bloodshed. Driven to deep wooded section, not far from home. Lake near woods, deep wooded, difficult to find. Issues at home related to money. Too much time spent working. Thrive. Didn't sit well with Chris. Vision. Each girl wrapped in blankets after suffocated. Bodies not far from home. So this girl was a psychic from Massachusetts, but I kind of have doubts, because why would she say, she's a friend of Shanann's and don't mention to medium? That makes no sense. If the medium herself calls in Frederick police, why would the medium say don't mention to medium? It makes no sense. So I think one of Shanann's friends called in about that medium, gave her a phone number and everything, and then said, please don't mention to her. Right? Otherwise, it makes no sense. Makes no sense to me. It doesn't say when the call was made. Good night, owl. It doesn't say. That's just a handwritten report. And she does not mention anything in her statement here either. She just puts in the handwritten report. So, next up. This is still Purcell, Supplemental Report 15. Older gentleman driving looks like what's but older. Sunday at Estes Park, white van, SUV type, asking questions about trail with map. So this guy who reported it is Chris Gagnet, and his phone number is blacked out. Then Terry Pate or Patey, fiance, protection order, April, July 4th, July 22nd, George Scott McKim, 1804044 report request. I don't know if that has anything to do with the Watts case, or if they just make, statements on the same piece of paper when they get other calls in. But it's definitely some odd stuff. Protection order, April, July the 4th through July 22nd. Deshaun Brown, Patty, something news in North Carolina. Dieter, What's dog? Jenna Deuce gave to them, would like him if possible. So this is the woman who gave the dog to the Watts family, and she obviously calls in and would like him back. Ooh, this is upside down. Let me see. Scott, something it says, ambulance, Sergeant during. No, I think that's Gillette Police Department. I think that's unrelated, what she puts down. Longmont, Colorado, run in Longmont, Governor. No, I don't think that's related to that case. Emiliano, Debbie, Xavier Gallegos, no report found. Mike, damage to concrete arms. Get a hold of. No, I think that's unrelated here. It just makes no sense. Debbie, Weld County family. Seal, Commander Egan. Get ahead of Nikki, protect of media. At court hearing. Get a hold of Nikki, protect of media at court hearing. Check registration above vehicles. And the phone calls 3:47 for 2 p.m. Recorded calls, officer lines moved to case file. This is interesting. And what's the family, Weld County family NA seal? What does it say? House. Oh, seal house. Get a hold of Nikki, protect of media at court hearing. Get a hold of Nikki. Good. Matt Christensen. Christy Maloney. Daily Insight. Sergeant Albert. Oh, Katie Carbon. Lily Glass Continue. Auntsville, Alabama. Is there a fund for the family? Donations. Rennie, Child Protection. CBS New National Amber Narrative. Narrative. Oh my God. 9 News. CBS News. Ian. Fax number. Casey. Speeding ticket. Ken Apec. Officer Fairbanks. So I don't make any sense out of her handwritten notes, but I think, some stuff is just unrelated because you cannot make any sense out of it, except this one, what we see here. Get a hold of Nikki, maybe family, seal house, Commander Egan, all that stuff. But everything that's here, I don't think that's related to the case. All right, Fairbanks, Andrew. Is that an officer? Obviously. On August the 15th at 1600 hours, I went to the area of Windham Hill Parkway, just west of Aggregate Boulevard. My assignment at this position was to hand out flyers to motorists entering the neighborhood. I also requested anyone with a home security camera system to provide their contact information to be passed on to investigators. I remained at this position until about 17:45 hours when I was advised by Sergeant Bakes to clear this assignment. Nothing further. So he told us nothing. Then we have Davis. On August the 17th at 8:16 hours, I, Officer Brad Davis, was dispatched to contact Taylor Welch regarding this case. I spoke to Taylor via phone. Taylor stated she's a friend of Shanann and her family. Taylor advised me she occasionally babysat for Celeste and Bella, and that she was a good friend of Shanann. Taylor stated she was helping plan a gender reveal party for Shanann's unborn baby. The party was scheduled to be on the 19th of August. Taylor stated Nicole Udoft, informed her on the 8th of August that gender reveal party would need to be cancelled. Okay, this is weird. She had her 3D ultrasound. Okay? Then we know they had some sort of private gender reveal party. Then we know through text messages that Shanann texts Chris, "I can't believe we're having a little boy," and was very happy. Why would the gender reveal party to be cancelled on the 8th of August if everything was okay? That is, I mean, maybe I'm overthinking, but that wasn't that the date she went to the ultrasound, the 8th, right? And everything was fine in the afternoon or in the evening. And why would Shanann not contact Taylor herself? I mean, maybe Nikki and Taylor planned this together. I don't know. But it seems odd to me. What do you guys think? Welcome, Sarah. What do you guys think about this? I mean, we have some odd stuff going on the 8th. Well, let's talk about this later. Taylor thought the text conversation may be relevant to the case. The following is a reproduction of the text conversation and began at the 8th of August at 8:39 hours. Taylor: Nikki just told me you want to cancel the gender reveal. What is going on? Is everything okay? Shanann: Chris said we're not compatible anymore. Taylor: I just landed in Chicago, like still on the airplane. Taylor: Oh my God, what? Shanann: He said we're not compatible anymore. He refused to hug me. Said he thought another baby would fix his feelings. Said he refuses couples counseling. Shanann: Before I left, he could get enough of each other. We couldn't get enough of each other. Taylor: What the hell changed in 6 weeks? Shanann: He said he had a lot of time to think. Taylor: I'm so sorry. Taylor: I don't even know what to say. Shanann: Girl, me either. Taylor: We will get together when I get home. Shanann: I've cried myself to sleep over a week now. Okay, honey. Shanann: Have a great time. Taylor: I am here for you and whatever you need, Taylor. I love you. Shanann: Love you more. Thank you, love. The following is a reproduction of the text conversation that began on the 9th of August at 6:20 p.m. Shanann: Next Friday, I think 17th. Could you help with kids for a few hours? Taylor: I have to work both sides, both my jobs. I'm sorry, what's going on? Shanann: We're trying to leave for the weekend. Friends who's staying weekend can. Oh. We are trying to leave for weekend. Friend who staying weekend can't be here till after 7. She meant what's her face? The Thayers. Amanda Thayer with this. Taylor: Oh, sorry, I work 7 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. Taylor: You and Chris? The text thread ended with the following text that appears to be on August the 13th at 17:26 from Taylor to Shanann. Taylor: Are you and the girls okay? A copy of the text 3 screenshots will be included in the case file. I advise Taylor that investigators will contact her with any further questions. Nothing further at this time. So this is the handwritten note from Davis. Taylor Welch talked to Shanann Friday and babysat. Weird text conversation. Nikki, gender reveal party planned Sunday. Brad Danes. And here you see the text conversations they had. Nikki just told me you want to cancel the gender reveal. What's going on? Is everything okay? No. Can I call you tomorrow and tell you? Chris said we're not compatible anymore. I just landed in Chicago, like still on airplane. Oh my God, what? He said we're not compatible anymore. He refused to hug me. Said he thought another baby would fix his feelings. Said he refused couples counseling. Before I left, he could get enough of each other. What the hell changed in 6 weeks? Here, just a side note, iMessage. What the hell changed in 6 weeks? He said he had a lot of time to think. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't even know what to say. Girl, me either. We will get together when I get home. I've cried myself to sleep over a week now. Okay, honey. Have a great time. I'm here for you and whatever you need. Love you. Love you more. Thank you, love. August the 9th. Next Friday, I think. 17th. Could you help with kids for a few hours? I have to work both my jobs. I'm sorry. What's going on? We're trying to leave for the weekend. Friend who's staying weekend can't be here till after 7. Oh, sorry. I work 7 a.m. to 9:30. You and Chris? And then she's not answering anymore because, she's that girl told her, I'm working from 7 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. So, yeah, no answer from Shanann anymore. And then Tyler sends her a message at Monday, the 13th at 5:26 p.m. asking, "Are you and the girls okay?" Hmm. Who is that? Yeah, Scarlett. All right, you guys, we are on page 55, and I want to talk a little bit about this. We resume on 56 next time. I just want to talk a little bit about this, what you guys think about that medium. What's your opinion? I mean, she's pretty close, you know. A dispute at 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. Triangle situation leans towards Chris seeing someone, being jealous, no intent to harm, strangled Shanann, girl suffocated afterwards. Described feelings in bag or underwater. Moved in truck, no bloodshed. Driven to deep wooded section not far from home. Lake near woods, deep wooded, difficult to find. Issues at home related to money. Too much time spent working, thrive in brackets. Didn't sit well with Chris. Vision, each girl wrapped in blankets after suffocated. Bodies not far from home. Pamela Lascolo, or Lascoli, psychic from Massachusetts. What do you guys think? I mean, she's pretty damn close, don't you think? Who had, oh my God, I gotta read up in chat for a second. She had the advantage of having multiple personalities, so depending on who she was that day, she might have passed. Who are you talking about? I'm reading and reading and reading and did not see chat and you guys talking about a completely different topic. Or what was it? Um, let's not involve NK2CW. Mm. Oh, talking of NK and the lie detector. Okay. Can I participate in that chat? Sounds like she was there or is reading a script for the cover up. Yeah. Private Eye, I see you. Did you did you refresh your browser and everything? I thought you had some trouble yesterday. No, I'm not in the bath. That was my bottle of water. I'm sorry. But reading, makes you makes your throat dry. Lovely chat. Nice. Can I participate? No. Next time we're gonna resume at page number 56. I just wanted to know your opinion about this psychic report. I think yeah, pretty damn close. And I mean, I don't believe in this stuff that much, psychics and all that and readings, but I mean, depending on when she put that through, that phone call, she knew a lot, in my opinion. Oh, that's nice to hear. That's nice to hear, Private Eye. I'm glad. Dawn, what's the matter? Well, it looks like, good night, Owl, that this that somebody was calling in. It looks like it. But I cannot see anything that suggests the time or date or what says anything about this psychic calling in. Further down, when I read the discovery, this is not sorted like in sections, and it is in sections, but her report will come up later on again. So one of Shanann's friends, I can't remember who it was, phones the police department and tells about that medium and tells what the medium said. And then she says, don't mention to medium, and gives her phone number and name anyways. So that is kind of odd. So that we may know what info was already made publicly available. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe a friend of NK. No, that was definitely a friend of Shanann. I think it was Christina or Eddie, one of them two. One of them two. There are pet psychics who can actually talk to animals. I would hire one for Dieter. Yeah, I heard about this. They are talking to animals. All right. I know of. Do you know if Dave Collin lived on Steeple Road? I know he lived in the neighborhood. Is it where NA went for that hour before going to CW's house? I don't know, Catherine. I don't know where he lived. I never looked into him, to be honest. I have no clue where he lived. But maybe somebody can find out. I have a question, please. Shoot, Red Shoes. Shoot. And Kay is protected by her daddy. She'll never answer for this. Well, you see, me personally, I don't think he has anything to do with anything. Her dad. He was there, and that's just my personal opinion, but I think he was there to give her advice and to back her up. He's obviously her dad, and I just don't see what he had to do with anything other than being there for his daughter. Dieter would be the key witness in court. Yeah, probably. If NA was in the house that morning, why no Vivint alert? Well, Rechu, we don't know if there was a Vivint alert. We don't have the Vivint alert logs. We only can go by what the discovery says. And those few alerts they give us, like the 426, 910, 1247, all these things, but we don't have the actual logs. Yeah, we don't have Shanann's phone either. We do have all her text messages, but not really anything that happened on her phone afterwards. We just know it ceased activity at 1:51 a.m., but that's it. Thank you, Lynn. You guys are the best. So you let me read 50 pages and we're talking about a completely different topic. Thanks a lot. No, it's all good. All good. All right, you guys, I would, if there is not, no, I don't know where her sister lives. Cindy. Mm-mm. If there are no further questions, I would just say let's enjoy the rest of our Sunday. Definitely gonna continue next week and someday with the read through. And also please join in on Saturday next week when we're going to talk about the Andrea Knabel case in great, great, great detail. And I have a special guest on panel talking with me about Andrea. And no further questions. You may step down, right? Like in court, talking about Andrea. It's a little surprise. And I'm hoping that this girl I invited is able to get someone on who is really close to the investigation. So yeah, let's see what comes out of this. I was quite shocked when I put that in my community post section, and people were saying, "Oh, I live 20 minutes from Andrea, and I never heard of this case." So that's quite shocking. So yeah, I know her sister and family, and I just want to make people aware as much as I can because this case really, really, really sad case. Yeah, but let's hear what's coming out of it next week. Good, a new case. I still be doing the Watts case, because I'm getting asked, are you still doing the Watts case? Yes, I will. Absolutely will. But in between, I'm doing some other cases too. There are so many interesting cases where we can learn from and explore, and it's just interesting. All right, you guys, have a great, great night or a great, great day, depending on where you are in the world. And we're gonna see each other very, very, very soon for my next live stream. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for being nice and polite. Stay out of drama, stay out of trouble. And a special thanks to all my moderators. And Penny, congratulations to your wrench. I see you guys very soon. Have a good night. Bye bye.